For the time being, she decided it was best to say nothing at all. "The brownies were for the senior class bake sale," Cameron explained. "It's tomorrow. We're using the money to get this insane DJ for the prom. If we also do a bunch of car washes in the spring, we'll get there." The Bellport bake sale. Thankfully, it didn't fall under the PTA umbrella, or Melissa would be elbows deep in dough alongside Cam. It was during Melissa's junior year that the annual fundraiser went from a misshapen cookies and disposable tins affair to desserts worthy of bougie bakery prices. Suki had the brainstorm. She wanted to bring some ska band to perform at homecoming. Tara did the baking, and suddenly there were lemon squares with raspberry centers, eclairs filled with key lime curd, and an extra $1,000 in the student council coffers. "It sucks they burned. I was making mint chocolate ganache with a toffee crunch. Got the recipe off TikTok." Cam splintered off a piece of charred brownie from the pan and dropped it in her mouth. Crumbs sprinkled the floor, and Cam made no move to pick them up. Melissa held her tongue. She lacked the will to argue. After she and Josh split, her arguments with Cam took on a darker tone. Cameron had a place to run when she got pissed. Calling her father to pick her up was a favorite move. And still, that was preferable to, "Kelly would never say that to me." Kelly was Josh's new wife, and only 12 years older than Cam. And while Cameron was supposed to hate her stepmother, if any of the Lifetime movies Melissa watched were accurate, she didn't. "All right, don't worry about it. Bridget's Bakery has nice Linzer torts. We can ugly them up so they look homemade." Melissa reached for a wad of paper towels and crouched on the ground to collect the crumbs. She heard something snap in her back. When she bent over or reached for anything these days, her body responded with orchestral cracks and pops. Middle age, apparently, came with a soundtrack. And choreography. Her discs bulged this way and that, moving like the CDs in the beloved 5-disc changer from her youth. "I love you, Mom, you're the best," Cameron said, wrapping her mother in a rare hug. Melissa's flesh goosebumped. She so rarely had physical affection. Not from men, not from her daughter, not even from friends, who were few and far between. After the divorce, many of the women in her orbit vowed to stick by her. Her closest ally in the mom world, Stacy, had sworn she was eager for company on date nights. "If I have to hear about Zach's golf score one more time," she moaned, sipping Cloudy Bay on ice. Bellport drink of choice for uptight mothers looking to dull the insipid pains of high-stakes parenting. But after one trip to a Mexican restaurant, followed by a movie, Stacy never asked Melissa to join them for date night again. The same went for the others. Her co-workers at the radio station where she was a marketing manager talked about girls' nights that never happened. There were book clubs that got canceled, even after Melissa devoted countless hours to reading whatever novel topped the New York Times bestseller list and was considered required reading in upscale suburbia. "Should we go now?" Melissa asked, looking at her watch. It was 5:30 p.m. She could race over to the bakery with Cameron and make it back in time to start dinner, then start on the work she'd brought home with her. She was one of 2 marketing managers at the local radio station, and her counterpart, Annie, was on maternity leave, which meant Melissa had to pick up the slack. She refused to resent Annie for being away from work for 3 months. Girl code. Though she was certainly staring at the calendar, waiting for the weeks to wind down. If only the work was a bit more interesting, maybe she wouldn't mind the second helping of it. Certainly, she didn't aspire to this job when she was younger. Her career aspirations came in this order: princess, firefighter. Her inability to operate a fire extinguisher as an adult proved she'd sidestepped a disastrous choice. Then politics. Melissa dreamed of going to law school, but somewhere along the way she got derailed. That somewhere was actually a someone, and she was in the same room as her now, still hacking away at the edible edges of a brownie. When Cam was born, Josh's contracting business hadn't taken off yet. He kept getting screwed by subcontractors and material delays that cost money he didn't have. Money they needed to buy diapers, which Cam seemed to shit through at an alarming rate. Melissa took a bookkeeping job, which led to a position at a travel agency that she enjoyed until the internet ruined it with one-click airfare and hotel. After a few unmemorable stints at other jobs, she wound up in her present position.